Available now. Link below.
And now in our special report, we're peeling back the veil on a story so surreal it's hard to believe it's not fiction. Imagine in a world where the leader of the free world converses with the dead. Now, stop imagining, because that's the reality we're living in. Gary Franchi here, bringing light to the shadows where truth seems stranger than fiction. When Fox News' Peter Doocy dared to question the White House narrative, KJP ran from accountability faster than a guilty verdict. This isn't just about gaffes or missteps. It's a glaring spotlight on a presidency teetering on the edge of reality. And with the nation's future at stake, the American people are crying out for a leader who can distinguish the living from the dead. You don't want to miss a single moment of this report, especially my final thought, which might just change how you see the 2024 election. So stay with us, because truth, though buried, cannot be silenced. Now, before we dive into today's hard-hitting report, a moment for an essential message. Picture this: our nation, led by those who prefer chaos over order, where truth is more twisted than a country back road. It is the reality that we're facing, where the solutions are clear but ignored for the sake of political games. If you're ready to face this truth head on, I've got something for you. Head over to preparewithgary.com right now. You'll snag $60 off a 4-week emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. In these turbulent times, it's not just about being prepared, it's about surviving the storm brewed by those who would rather see chaos reign. Now, this food kit, packed with over 2,000 calories a day, ensures you're nourished when the shelves go bare. Don't wait for the next disaster to hit. Prepare today at preparewithgary.com and get your family ready before chaos knocks on your door. Order before 3 p.m. for free same-day shipping. Remember, it's preparewithgary.com. Now, in the realm of political discourse and leadership, few situations have been as emblematic of a failing administration as the recent debacle involving Karine Jean-Pierre, the White House press secretary, and Fox News correspondent Peter Doocy. It's a scene that unfortunately underscores the broader narrative of incompetence and evasion that has come to characterize the current administration under President Joe Biden. As Americans, we deserve transparency, accountability, and most importantly, leadership that doesn't confuse the present with the past or fiction with reality. Now, the incident in question unfolded when Doocy, known for his direct and unflinching approach to journalism, posed a question to Jean-Pierre about Biden's recent and bewildering claim of having spoken to a long-deceased world leader. This wasn't a simple slip of the tongue. It was a glaring indication of Biden's frequent disconnect from reality, a problem that Jean-Pierre has consistently failed to address with any semblance of competence or sincerity. Instead of providing a clear response or even a modicum of reassurance to the American public, she chose to dodge the question entirely, a move that speaks volumes about the administration's inability to confront its own shortcomings. Watch.
And how is President Biden ever going to convince the 3/4 of voters who are worried about his physical and mental health that he is okay, even though in Las Vegas he told a story about recently talking to a French president who died in 1996?
I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole with you,
What?
sir.
What is
We're
the
going to
rabbit
go.
hole?
Go ahead.
He said
go
he
ahead.
talked to Mitterrand.
Go ahead. You saw the president in Vegas, in California. You've seen the president in South Carolina. You saw him in Michigan. I'll just leave it there. Go ahead.
Wow. So this evasion is not just about one question or one press briefing. It's symptomatic of a larger crisis within the Biden administration. The refusal to engage, to answer even the most basic inquiries, lays bare a truth we cannot ignore. Karine Jean-Pierre can't do this job. Her performances, riddled with avoidance and non-answers, have solidified her position as perhaps the worst press secretary in American history. It's a bold claim, but one that's increasingly difficult to dispute as each day passes, marked by more evasion, more confusion, and more evidence of a presidency in peril. Beyond the walls of the White House press room, the implications of such failures ripple across the fabric of our nation. Biden's gaffes are not merely embarrassing on a domestic or personal level. They undermine the credibility and stature of the United States on the global stage. When the president misidentifies world leaders, dead or alive, it's not just a faux pas. It's a signal to the world that the United States is led by someone disconnected from the realities of international diplomacy and governance. But the issue runs deeper than just the missteps at the podium or in public appearances. It's about the very fabric of our leadership and the message we send to our citizens and the world. The Biden administration's inability to effectively communicate, to lead with clarity and purpose, is a symptom of a much larger problem, a lack of direction, a lack of conviction, and a lack of leadership. Enter the call for Trump 2024. It's more than a rallying cry for conservatives. It's a desperate plea from Americans across the political spectrum for a return to decisiveness, strength, and clarity in leadership. Trump's tenure was marked by its direct approach to policy and communication, a stark contrast to the current administration's obfuscation and evasion. The American people yearn for a leader who speaks clearly, acts decisively, and leads with an unambiguous vision for the future of our republic. And the need for Trump's return is not just about policy preferences or political ideologies. It's about restoring a sense of stability and confidence in the American presidency. It's about ensuring that when the president speaks, the world listens, not because they're waiting for the next gaffe, but because they respect the authority and clarity that comes with the office. As we look ahead at the 2024 election, the choice becomes increasingly clear. We can continue down a path of confusion, evasion, and decline, or we can choose a path of strength, clarity, and leadership. The American people deserve a president who can articulate a vision for the future without retreating into the past, who can stand on the world stage without faltering, and who can lead this great nation with the conviction and clarity it so desperately needs. Before we proceed to my final thought, an important message, because the decisive 2024 election is just around the corner, and it's crucial to dissect the elements sculpting our country's future. My new book, you need to get it. It's called The Silent Coup. It takes you behind the curtain of political deception and the media's manipulative narratives. During these pivotal moments, the truth is your ally. So get your hands on your copy immediately. Stay enlightened, bolster your strength, and together let's reclaim the narrative of our future. The link is in the description of this video. And now, my final thought. The events we've witnessed, culminating in KJP's inability to address the simple questions and Biden's disconcerting gaffes, are not mere political theater. They are alarm bells for a nation at a crossroads. This administration's failures are not just missteps. They are a clarion call for a return to strength, decisiveness, and clarity in leadership. The American Republic, built on the principles of freedom, accountability, and resilience, deserves a leader who embodies these values, not one who retreats at the sight of a challenge or confuses fiction with reality. Trump's potential return in 2024 isn't just about one man. It's about rekindling the American spirit, about restoring the faith in the American people in their leadership. It's about ensuring that our nation remains a beacon of hope and strength and leadership in an increasingly complex world. The choice we face is stark, and the stakes couldn't be higher, my friends. So thank you for watching. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe and tell a friend on Facebook.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.